Decoding the Hidden Symbolism in the Book of Revelation. Part 1. The Hook, Sowing the Seeds of Mystery. Beneath the flickering glow of a single candle, as shadows dance and ancient dust motes swirl in the hushed air, we embark on a journey. A journey not merely through pages, but into the very heart of prophecy, where the veil between worlds seems thinnest. The Book of Revelation, a final, enigmatic crescendo in the symphony of sacred texts, has captivated, terrified, and inspired generations. It speaks in a language of beasts and angels, trumpets and bowls, a cosmic drama unfolding on a canvas of fire and light. But what if, within its often frightening imagery, lies not a literal prediction of future events, but a profound tapestry woven with hidden symbols, each thread revealing a deeper truth about spiritual conflict, divine justice, and ultimate hope? Are we truly meant to interpret every dragon and every lamb as a direct, one-to-one representation, or are we called to seek the allegorical heart beating beneath the surface? Part 2. The Body, a deep dive into discovery. The historical and cultural crucible of Revelation. To truly grasp the symbolic richness of Revelation, we must first transport ourselves to the crucible in which it was forged, the late 1st century AD. This was a tumultuous era for early Christians. The Roman Empire, a formidable and often brutal power, demanded absolute allegiance, often expressed through emperor worship. Refusal meant persecution, imprisonment, and death. Against this backdrop of imperial dominance and nascent Christian communities facing immense pressure, John, exiled on the island of Patmos, received his vision. Revelation, therefore, is not merely a detached prophecy but a deeply contextualized message. It speaks to a people under duress, offering both warning and comfort. Its highly symbolic language, rich in apocalyptic imagery, was a common literary genre of the time, easily understood by its original audience, who were familiar with similar motifs from Old Testament prophets like Daniel, Ezekiel, and Zechariah. These symbols provided a coded language, allowing John to critique the oppressive powers of his day without explicitly naming them, thereby protecting his readers while simultaneously empowering them with a vision of divine triumph. It was a language of resilience, promising that despite the overwhelming might of earthly empires, God's sovereignty would ultimately prevail. Decoding the sacred tapestry, unveiling scriptural proof. The heart of Revelation's message lies in its intricate web of symbols, each carrying profound meaning. Let us peel back the layers of a few prominent examples. Consider the lamb standing as if it had been slain, Revelation 5-6. This is not a literal animal. This powerful image directly references Jesus Christ, echoing the Old Testament Passover lamb, whose blood protected Israel from death, Exodus 12. More specifically, it invokes Isaiah 53, portraying the suffering servant who was led like a lamb to the slaughter. The phrase "standing as if it had been slain" encapsulates the paradox of Christ's victory. His triumph over sin and death was achieved not through military conquest, but through self-sacrifice on the cross. His wounds are not a sign of defeat, but a testament to his redemptive power, making him worthy to open the scroll and usher in God's ultimate plan. Then there is the great red dragon, Revelation 12-3, often depicted with 7 heads and 10 horns. This is unequivocally identified in Revelation 12-9 as that ancient serpent who is called the devil and Satan, the deceiver of the whole world. The 7 heads and 10 horns are often interpreted as symbols of complete power and dominion, representing the vastness and reach of evil throughout history. The red color evokes bloodshed and destruction. This dragon is not a literal creature but the embodiment of cosmic evil, perpetually seeking to devour and destroy, particularly those who follow Christ. It represents the spiritual force behind all earthly oppression and temptation. The beast from the sea, Revelation 13-1, is another central symbol, again with 7 heads and 10 horns. While interpretations vary, many scholars see this as representing oppressive earthly powers and empires that rise up against God and his people. In John's immediate context, it could certainly allude to the Roman Empire and its emperors, demanding worship and persecuting Christians. However, its symbolic nature extends beyond any single historical entity, representing any worldly system or government that seeks to usurp God's authority, glorifies itself, and wages war against the saints. It is the earthly manifestation of the dragon's power, wielding political, economic, and military might to control and coerce. Finally, Babylon the Great, the mother of prostitutes and of the abominations of the earth, Revelation 17-5, is another powerful and multifaceted symbol. While it draws heavily on the historical city of Babylon, notorious for its idolatry and oppression of Israel, in Revelation it transcends a specific geographical location. It symbolizes any corrupt, materialistic, and idolatrous worldly system that stands in opposition to God. It represents the allure of power, wealth, and moral decadence that draws people away from divine truth. Its eventual fall signifies God's judgment on all systems that defy him, promising ultimate vindication for his suffering people. These symbols, far from being obscure, are deeply rooted in Old Testament prophetic traditions, providing a consistent spiritual vocabulary for understanding the unfolding drama. The hidden theological resonance. Beyond the dramatic imagery, Revelation's symbolism carries profound theological weight, speaking to eternal truths. It underscores the ultimate sovereignty of God, despite the apparent triumph of evil in the world. The constant refrain of Hallelujah, for the Lord our God the Almighty reigns, Revelation 19-6, serves as a powerful reminder that no earthly power, no demonic force, can ultimately thwart God's plans. It also highlights the nature of spiritual warfare. The battles depicted are not solely physical conflicts, but a cosmic struggle between good and evil, light and darkness, Christ and Satan. Believers are called to endure, to remain faithful, and to resist the temptations and pressures of the worldly beast. Their suffering is not in vain. It is part of their testimony and contributes to the ultimate victory of the Lamb. Furthermore, Revelation offers a profound message of hope and restoration. Despite the terrifying visions of judgment and destruction, the book culminates in the vision of a new heaven and a new earth, where God will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death shall be no more. Neither shall there be mourning, nor crying, nor pain anymore, for the former things have passed away. Revelation 21-1-4. This promise of cosmic renewal and the eternal dwelling of God with humanity is the ultimate theological anchor, providing solace and assurance that justice will be served and all wrongs will be made right. Enduring controversies and interpretive lenses. The very nature of Revelation's symbolism has naturally led to diverse interpretations throughout history. One of the primary controversies revolves around how to interpret the symbols. Preterism views most of Revelation as having been fulfilled in the past, primarily in the 1st century AD with the fall of Jerusalem and the Roman Empire. Symbols refer to historical events and figures of that era. Historicism interprets Revelation as a prophetic outline of church history from John's time to the end. Each symbol represents a specific historical period or event. Futurism believes Revelation primarily describes future events, particularly the end times, the Antichrist, the tribulation, and Christ's second coming. This approach often interprets symbols more literally as future people and events. Idealism, symbolism, focuses on the timeless spiritual truths and principles conveyed by the symbol, seeing Revelation as an allegory of the ongoing cosmic conflict between good and evil, relevant to all ages. These different lenses demonstrate that there is no single, universally accepted interpretation, and each approach brings valuable insights while also presenting its own challenges. The ongoing debate enriches our understanding, forcing us to grapple with the text's complexity and its enduring relevance. The controversy itself serves to underscore the profound depth and multi-layered meaning embedded within this sacred text. Part 3. Conclusion. An everlasting echo. We have journeyed through the labyrinthine corridors of Revelation, not to find simple answers, but to uncover the profound questions it continues to pose. We have seen how its terrifying beasts and radiant angels are not mere fantastical creatures, but potent symbols deeply rooted in historical context and Old Testament prophecy, designed to convey eternal theological truths. From the lamb slain yet standing, to the insidious dragon and the oppressive beast, each image illuminates the ongoing spiritual drama of cosmic proportions, reminding us of God's unwavering sovereignty and the ultimate triumph of good over evil. In the flickering candlelight, Revelation whispers not just of what will be, but of what is, and what must be in the human heart. It challenges us to discern the spiritual realities behind earthly powers, to stand firm in faith amidst tribulation, and to cling to the radiant hope of a new creation where God truly dwells among his people. What, then, does this ancient text truly ask of us, standing here, today, in a world still grappling with its own dragons and beasts? Perhaps it is an invitation to look beyond the surface, to seek the divine hand moving in the shadows, and to find our place in the unfolding story of redemption, awaiting the eternal morning where every hidden truth will finally be revealed.